I never imagined my marriage would end in a sentence delivered over cold coffee at our kitchen table. Not shouting, not tears, just a statement that landed like a hammer. My wife looked at me with a calm I didn't recognize and said, "I'm moving in with Anthony. We're having a baby together." Her voice didn't shake. Her hands didn't tremble. It sounded rehearsed, like she practiced it somewhere else before bringing it home to me. My name is Callum Wright. I'm 42. I've been married to Eliza for 11 years. Or I guess I was. I'm still adjusting to the past tense. I'm not a dramatic man. I work logistics for a regional supply firm outside Manchester. I pay my bills on time. I keep promises. I believe marriage was about endurance, not excitement. You don't quit just because things get quiet. Eliza and I didn't start broken. She was sharp, ambitious, always planning the next thing. I was steady. I grounded her. That's what she used to say. For years, we worked. Not perfectly, but honestly. Then the distance crept in. Late nights. Separate routines. Fewer conversations that mattered. I noticed it, but I didn't panic. Life shifts. Couples adapt. That's what I told myself. What I didn't see coming was replacement. Not distance, but erasure. She didn't say his name at first. Just someone from work. Then eventually, Anthony. I asked if she was unhappy. She said she didn't know. I asked if we could try counseling. She said she was tired. Every answer felt vague, unfinished, like she was already mentally somewhere else. Still, I stayed calm. I didn't accuse. I didn't chase. I figured patience was strength. Turns out patience can look a lot like permission. When she finally said it out loud, there was no apology attached. No acknowledgement of what she was detonating. She said Anthony made her feel alive again. She said the pregnancy was unexpected but welcome. She said she'd already packed some things. She said it like logistics, timelines, arrangements. I listened the same way I'd listen at work when someone explains a delay. Quiet, focused, processing. Inside, something went very still. I asked one question. Not why, not how long. I asked, when were you planning to tell me? She hesitated, then shrugged. Soon. That answer told me everything I needed to know. I wasn't part of the plan anymore. I was an obstacle she'd finally decided to step around. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I nodded once. I said, okay. Then I stood up and poured the rest of my coffee down the sink. Not out of anger. Out of finality. I realized in that moment that whatever marriage I thought I was in had already ended. I was just the last one to be informed. She watched me carefully, like she expected a reaction. A plea. Rage. Something to justify the story she'd probably told herself about me. I didn't give her that. I simply said, I hope it works out for you, and walked upstairs. That confused her more than shouting ever could. I packed slowly. Not everything. Just what mattered. Documents. Clothes. The watch my father gave me. I left the rest untouched. It wasn't my job to clean up a future that didn't include me. When I came back downstairs, she asked where I was going. I said out. Not forever. Just out. I needed air that didn't taste like betrayal. That night, I slept in a spare room at a colleague's flat. I didn't explain much. I didn't need to. The silence was loud enough. Over the next few days, messages came in. Confused ones. Defensive ones. She wanted reassurance that we could be amicable. She wanted help sorting finances. She wanted understanding. I gave her exactly what she gave me. Clarity. Boundaries. Distance. I contacted a solicitor. I separated accounts. I didn't rush, but I didn't delay either. What surprised me was how quickly the guilt shifted. Suddenly, I was cold, unemotional, unfair. Her friends reached out, testing the narrative. I didn't correct them. I didn't argue. I just kept moving forward. There's a strange power in refusing to perform. A week later, she asked if we could talk. I agreed, but only in a public place. She looked different, not happier, just unsettled. She said she didn't expect me to be so calm. She said she thought I'd fight harder. I told her the truth. I don't fight for people who leave. That was my reply. That was the sentence that changed the room. She stared at me like she was seeing me for the first time. Maybe she was. I wasn't angry. I wasn't cruel. I was done. And that scared her more than anger ever could. I don't know what happens with Anthony. I don't ask. I don't check. That chapter isn't mine. What I do know is this. Loyalty without reciprocity is self-abandonment. Silence isn't strength if it's killing you slowly. And walking away without drama isn't weakness. It's self-respect. My marriage didn't end when she said she was leaving. It ended long before that. In all the moments I ignored my own worth. I won't do that again.